That's right, folks. The best weekly show in all of YouTube is back. What's going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and you're watching The Couch. These are the players you need to pick up for week 2 of fantasy football. This video is sponsored by my homies at Squad QL. It's a free app that lets you sync your lineups from CBS, ESPN, or Yahoo. Lets you know if there's players available that's better than the ones you already got. Gives you recent player news, and the best tool on there is the one-click button that optimizes your lineup. Boom! It's super easy, super fast, so please guys, follow the link below in the description and download the app. Why not? It's free and also helps support this channel. Let's go to the waiver wire pickups for week 2. I got through that intro really fast. Let's try to keep the pace going, guys. So for quarterbacks, there's not a whole lot to do right now for week 2. There's no bye weeks. We already suffered that emergency bye week due to Hurricane Irma with Miami and Tampa Bay. So there's not really any quarterbacks that you need to pick up in most leagues, except if you're in a dual QB league or a super deep league. But in those type of leagues, all the quarterbacks are pretty much already owned, but I do have them ranked in case you do want a quarterback to pick up maybe as a QB2. So I got Carson Palmer. Let's give this guy one more chance, guys. My co-host on Couchcast of our fantasy football podcast, Mike Mattal, has Carson Palmer pinned as a bounce back candidate. I did not, but I do like this pick by Mike Mattal. It's just that he sucked week 1. But I'm willing to give him another chance. He has a good schedule. With David Johnson now gone for a long period of time, they're going to have to throw the ball to some of these wide receivers. We all know they don't really use the tight end. Jermaine Gresham, he'll get some work, but obviously not going to be a top 20 fantasy tight end or anything. Jay Cutler, I really like this guy as a super high risk upside quarterback to pick up as a QB2. Has a pretty good schedule with a lot of potential here. So he's playing the Chargers. That's not a great matchup, but after that he's got the Jets, he's got the Saints, which could be a great shootout, and they're at home. Miami's at home. You got Tennessee, decent run defense, I guess. We'll see this year if that holds up. That's what I said last week. And not a good secondary, so that could be another potential shootout there as well. Also, the Falcons, they have improved their defense, but still, if you're a good quarterback, you got good receivers, you can still attack this Falcons defense, no doubt. And they play the Jets again. So I like this. He's a gunslinger. He's going to use Devontae Parker. He's got Adam Gase. All the upside is there, and also all the risk. We all know Jay Cutler has been known to make dumb decisions and throw picks. We got Tyrod Taylor for the rushing yards. Sam Bradford's performance was largely due to his matchup. They're playing the Saints. The Saints have a poor defense, but also at the same time, let's give credit to the Vikings offense and Sam Bradford. He played very well, which was expected, but he played even better than I thought. Alex Smith, man, I was tempted to rank this guy much higher, but he's got a tough schedule, and I'm not completely sold on Alex Smith. Alex Smith right now is QB1. How crazy is that? Andy Dalton, just like Carson Palmer, let's give this guy one more chance. As a QB2 though, if you have him starting and is your only QB1, I'm sorry for that. I may have influenced you to do that. But you definitely don't want to start him right now against the Texans. Everything written on this is slated to be a low-scoring, sloppy game. And I say sloppy, I mean really sloppy. We have 2 teams with quarterbacks that made you want to throw up. And it might be, but try not to start Dalton this week, guys. Do your absolute best. Do me that one solid. But after that, let's give him one more chance of playing the Packers, playing the Browns, and there's going to be a lot of bye weeks coming up, and Dalton has some good matchups, while a lot of other quarterbacks have bye weeks and tough matchups. Let's see how he does against the Texans. Maybe you don't have to start him against the Packers game. Let's see how he does against the Packers. Those are some really nice matchups, and I'm not going to say Dalton is a bust just yet. Trevor Siemian, man, this guy played really good the first 3 quarters. He played amazing. If you also factor in Demaryius Thomas played pretty well, but he dropped some, and so did Keenan Allen. Gosh, these guys dropped so many passes. Demaryius Thomas dropped some key passes. It was outlandish. Trevor Siemian, he played really good the first 3 quarters, and I have to put him on this list. We also had Jared Goff. Now we're getting a little bit into deep league territory. Blake Bortles has a good matchup against the Titans. This is really like if you're in a 16-man league, or you're in a dual QB league, or a super deep league. And we have Joe Flacco playing the Browns. Like, you don't want to start Bortles or Flacco, but I'm ranking them, all right? Ranking these guys. These guys are all not owned as much as they should be, or they're not owned in majority of leagues. For running backs, very tough to rank this, and this is why I do videos on waivers, guys, because we need to talk about what's good for what team, and who do you pick up for what you're trying to do. For week 2, I think the best running back to pick up that I'm really confident in is going to be Kerwin Williams. But, I mean, week 2 doesn't win you the league. So I definitely have to rank Tariq Cohen number 1. This guy is just amazing. He's amazing. He has upside. He has youth. He's really talented. And best of all, he's involved in the passing game. And Glennon / Trubisky have nobody to throw the ball to, really. And Tariq Cohen, 8 receptions, 47 yards, and a receiving touchdown. This guy is a must pick up in every single league. He's number 1 waiver wire pickup overall for me. Absolutely gonna get him. Kerwin Williams, like I was talking about, week 2, I love him. He's gonna be a great start. He's gonna be like RB2 range start, maybe even better, maybe even borderline RB1. But we don't know if they'll split carries. That's what sucks. Playing against the Colts should get a lot of work. I see, even if they do split carries this game, I see Kerwin Williams getting at least double-digit touches. I wouldn't be shocked if he got 20+ touches this game. Then we have Buck Allen. This is a guy with a ton of upside as well. Woodhead is slated to be out 4 to 6 weeks. I drafted Woodhead in 2 out of 4 of my leagues, I believe. But when he does come back, guys, let's be realistic. I'm not trying to jinx Woodhead, as I want him to ball out. But he can get hurt again, right? Would you be shocked if Woodhead got hurt again this year after coming back from the 4 to 6 week hamstring injury? Buck Allen has a ton of upside. He got a lot of carries because of the game script. Okay, they're playing a team that they were absolutely demolishing in the Bengals. I wouldn't be surprised if Buck Allen split time 50-50, and he has this upside to actually be the starting running back. So it could be a 50-50 split. It could be like RB1A, RB1B type situation. But he got more carries than Terrence West. So this is a situation to monitor. But if you're too slow, I think Buck Allen's a must pick up too. Like, running backs, they don't come along often. So these top 3 running backs, I'd say, are all must pickups in just about every format. You got to have running back depth. Like, I drafted David Johnson in only 1 league, like the 1 league where I traded up to get him, and I actually handcuffed him with as soon as the news broke out that CJ2K was released, which, by the way, he's coming back to the Cardinals. He's going to sign back with them. I went and I picked up Kerwin Williams. And I'm not boasting like, hey, I handcuffed him. Wow, what a great handcuff. Because I'm scared. Like, we don't know if Kerwin Williams is going to be the featured back. I expect 10+ touches every week. I believe he's going to be the RB1. But there's a chance that Andre Ellington gets some snaps. There's a chance Andre Ellington actually plays slot receiver. There's a chance that Chris Johnson gets the spot back as the starting running back. But we don't know. That's why it wasn't an ideal handcuff situation. Speaking of handcuffs, Mike Tolbert jumps to be more than a handcuff. That's the name of his biography movie coming out. Mike Tolbert, more than a handcuff. This guy got a ton of carries, ton of snaps. I think he got a touchdown too. He's gonna be the ultimate vulture for the Bills, man. With Shady McCoy getting 20+ touches a game, ton of receptions too. Mike Tolbert's still gonna get a ton of touches as well. And I don't think he got a lot of work in the passing game. Don't have the stats up in front of me. I don't think he caught any passes, or he caught one, something like that. He wasn't involved. But he can catch passes, guys. For a fullback type running back, he still can catch passes. So I wouldn't brush him off just because it's a PPR league and he looks like a bowling ball. He doesn't fit the PPR mold. He's still okay in PPR and of course standard leagues. Shane Vereen, 9 receptions. That's gotta lead the Giants in receptions for week 1. Gosh, 9 receptions for a running back. I guess this guy becomes a must pick up in PPR leagues. Now, the Colts added Matt Jones to their practice squad. I think they cut him and then they put him on the practice squad. So Marlon Mack's value went up a little bit. I think Marlon Mack's going to eventually take over as the starting running back. I really don't see any other way. Like Frank Gore, 34 years old, I just don't see him being the back he used to be. And as you guys know, I targeted Marlon Mack in a lot of drafts and also Kenny Golladay, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Texans head coach says that Dante Foreman is going to be involved more in the game plan, is going to get more snaps, more touches, more carries. I like that, and I think I'm going to try to put in a waiver bid for that guy. Chris Carson has a ton of upside. This is probably the most talented back on this four-headed monster, the Seahawks backfield. And with Eddie Lacy and Thomas Rawls being so injury prone, I wouldn't be surprised if both of them got injured, making way for the high upside waiver wire pick, Chris Carson. Alvin Kamara. So Adrian Peterson, I think he got like 9 snaps. Other than the first carry where he got 9 yards, Adrian Peterson did nothing. Alvin Kamara looks like a good fit for this offense. It looks like Sean Payton likes Alvin Kamara, and this is his first NFL game, so you can really only go up from here, right? Except if you're Trent Richardson. So I think Alvin Kamara is definitely worth a look at in deeper formats and in PPR leagues. Like, not a guy that he's not ranked that high. Do I have him ranked that high? No, I don't. He's not ranked that high, so might as well take a flyer on him if you can't get one of those 3 or 4 top ranked running backs I got. And we're flipping the page because this is more deeper leagues, more handcuffs. I'm not saying you don't want to even look at these guys if you're in a 10-man league or 12-man league, but they're more for the handcuff. Like I got Malcolm Brown on this list, the guy you're probably not going to want to add off waivers or free agency. But if you had like Woodhead, David Johnson, and Gurley, and you couldn't get anybody off waivers, you can pick up Malcolm Brown off free agency. Might as well handcuff the only running back you got left. So there is certain situations, like these names you're looking at, that are like, I don't need these guys. In certain situations, maybe you do need these guys. Chris Thompson in PPR leagues. I don't like him, but like I said, you need running back depth. And if you're in a PPR league, look his way. Then we have this Andre Ellington, Chris Johnson mess. I got a question mark here on my notes because I have no idea what's going on, guys. I mean, I don't know. This is where I rank these guys and I put a slash there, like either or. We don't know. I think Bruce Arians may not be even 100% at this point. He's probably going to suit up these 3 running backs, Chris Johnson, Andre Ellington, and Kerwin Williams, and just kind of go with the flow. Start Kerwin Williams, see what's happening, then switch it up, maybe put Andre Ellington in the slot. Like, who knows? I don't think he knows exactly what he's going to do. He's just going to play it out. I think the game script will pretty much go how I have it for week 2, but then week 3, there's going to be a huge question mark. Let's see how this Arizona backfield unfolds. So we got Malcolm Brown, more like a handcuff, guys. Jamal Williams, didn't really like his performance, but you didn't want to start him against the Seahawks anyway, do you? Maybe he'll become a vulture. And Ty Montgomery is so good at catching passes. He was a wide receiver. And then we have Jamal Williams, who could be maybe the better runner. This is a guy drafted like in round 13, something like that, round 12, round 13, sometimes even later. So it's not a guy that I'm trying to start anyways. He's like my RB5 in the leagues where I drafted him. So good stash though. Like if you're suffering from running backs and wasn't able to pick one up that I have ranked higher, go ahead and pick up Jamal Williams as a stash. Like this is one you don't want to start, and if you do, you hope he vultures away a touchdown. Brandon Oliver is a handcuff. Matt Breida in case Hyde gets hurt. It's good stash / handcuff. And we have Chris Ivory. I think he'll be the starting back if Fournette were to get hurt, but I have him ranked absolutely last on this list, so that goes to show you how much I like Chris Ivory. For wide receivers, we have Kenny Golladay, aka Kenny Gallatron. There was some rumors, some stupid hype about this is the next Megatron, the next coming of Megatron, this and that. And I made fun of it. Like, I drafted Galladay in 3 out of 4 leagues. Like, and the one league I didn't draft him in was before preseason. Right now, I'm going to tell you, I believe that hype. I think this guy is that good. He's the reason they beat the Cardinals week 1 when they were getting absolutely crushed by the Cardinals defense. The Cardinals were whooping them. It didn't seem like the Lions couldn't run the ball. The Lions were getting whooped. The Cardinals defense was on fire. And the Lions ended up getting a W. Gallatron scored 2 touchdowns. This guy is the real deal. Now, I probably won't be starting him week 2, but he is a must pick up in every league. I am a Galladay believer. I can't state it more. I drafted the guy in every freaking league. Like, there's no other way to put it. If I were to do my post-draft analysis of the Couch League again, at Galladay, I got him at the end of round 13 / beginning of round 14. I would have to say that was the best value pick of that draft. A guy I was wrong about, Cooper Kupp. Totally wrong about him. I'm admitting it right now. This guy is a great wide receiver to pick up. I think regardless of what's going on in the game, regardless of who's wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, 3, I think Cooper Kupp is going to be extremely solid. He's going to be playing that tight end role, that safety blanket. He's going to be used in all types of passing plays. This guy's going to be really good, and he's a rookie, first NFL game, and it could only get better for him. So I'm admitting that I was wrong about Cooper Kupp. I think he'll be a great addition to just about every roster. The Bears, yet again, man, just like last year, they're suffering all sorts of injuries. Cameron Meredith goes down, and now Kevin White is done for, both those guys are done for the year. So Kendall Wright becomes a great waiver wire pickup, just about a must pickup, just like those other guys. Now, what it is about, why isn't this guy ranked higher? Well, he doesn't have the upside those other 2 guys have, Galladay and Kupp. And also, it's going to be, there's no exact guy that's going to get that's going to dominate in targets and receptions for the Bears. Some say it could be Tariq Cohen, which is not a shocker because he caught freaking, 8 balls, did I say? Yeah, 8 receptions last game. Geez. So that's what sucks about Kendall Wright, but he's slated to be the main, the steady guy, the guy you can count on. Kind of like Fitzgerald, kind of like Crabtree, just not as good as those guys. So that's why I do like Kendall Wright. I think he'll be an amazing bye-week fill-in for your squad. Taylor Gabriel, guys. Okay, this game is slated to be, I think, the 2nd most highest scoring game, something like that. I think the Saints-Patriots game is the highest scoring, slated to be, and then followed by the Falcons-Packers. So over-under is 53. And this is going to be a shootout. I think Taylor Gabriel is going to be a mismatch this game. And wow, he's going to be good this game, guys. He should be owned in more leagues. And we also have Mohamed Sanu. I try to tell you guys, Matt Ryan is back. And although he didn't ball out week 1 or anything, he performed very well, especially compared to a lot of these poor quarterback performances like we saw from Dalton, Palmer, and even Brady, a guy I drafted in many leagues. Mohamed Sanu right now, he's wide receiver 2. On that team, and Gabriel is 3, and I'm kind of seeing maybe Gabriel could get some more snaps hopefully towards the end of the year. We'll see. He's more of the slot guy. He'll probably remain there, but he's a starter in 3 wide receiver sets. So, and he's more explosive than Sanu. That's why I have Gabriel ranked just ahead of Sanu. I guess Sanu's more safe and Gabriel is a more big time riskier player. Nelson Aguilar, a lot of people made fun of me, and I'm being honest. I didn't go out and say Aguilar, oh, he's a must start or even a must pick up. I just said Aguilar's fantasy relevant now that Jordan Matthews is gone. He's definitely worth looking at on free agent, picking up. I think I have this guy in 2 out of 4 leagues. And wow, did he freaking ball out week 1. Now, one play was Wentz being amazing. Another guy I was wrong about. Gosh, I got to talk about more guys I'm right. I was right about more guys than I was wrong about, but it's not about tooting my horn, guys. I'm trying to give you guys the waivers. All good. So Aguilar, one play was just an amazing, like Wentz was just going crazy, breaking tackles and flooding up there for Aguilar who broke open. So other than that one play, he didn't do much. But I'm watching this guy. I'm seeing where it's trending with Jordan Matthews getting traded, Aguilar playing a lot more, getting some targets. I am an Aguilar believer. He is still going to be risky, but I think this is the guy because I don't believe in Torrey Smith, okay? And we all know Alshon Jeffrey is good, and we all know Alshon Jeffrey is going to get the best cornerback. He's going to get the attention. Torrey Smith, he's nothing more than a deep threat speed guy. Like, he's not going to be... Torrey Smith is not the consistent guy you want to start in any given week. He's just a flyer. Like, if you have to start him even on a bye week, he's like throwing a dart. Like, I'll start Torrey Smith. Aguilar is going to be a big part of this offense. Like I said, he's going to be risky, but I'm a believer. I'm not going to drop him. I'll tell you that in my leagues. And, you know, to the people making fun of me, stop making fun of me. Josh Bellamy slated to be wide receiver 2 for the Bears. Jermaine Kearse could be the best wide receiver on the Jets as soon as he starts learning that playbook and starts catching those zingers from a quarterback, Josh McCown. Robbie Anderson, surprised he's not owned in a lot of leagues. And we have the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receivers. I think they're really diminished at this position. D.D. Westbrook was placed on IR, and also the same with Allen Robinson. He's out for the year as well. So now we're left with Allen Hurns and Marquise Lee. I think a lot of other sites have Marquise Lee ahead of Hurns. And I don't know. I guess Hurns could be considered a little bit more of the big play guy, and Marquise Lee the safest guy. I put Hurns ahead of Lee. Like, it's really a toss-up here. I guess, yeah, Lee would be the guy you'd rely on more. But I'm seeing a little bit of a resurgence for Allen Hurns. You heard it right here, folks, on the couch. Cole Beasley gets a huge boost in PPR leagues, and I probably wouldn't even pick this guy up in standard formats. We got Marquise Goodwin as a big play guy. Travis Benjamin had some good plays, but I don't have a lot of stock in this guy. Remember, guys, they have Hunter Henry, they have Antonio Gates, who they didn't use those guys this game. They got Melvin Gordon catching passes, Brandon Oliver, Ty Williams. They got Keenan Allen still, who's dropping passes. And they have Travis Benjamin. And also they got their rookie, the top 10 pick, Mike Williams, who's going to be coming back from injury hopefully here in a few weeks. Benny Fowler, I kind of believe in this guy, but he's a super stash. Like, you really don't want to start him anytime until don't even think about starting him until bye weeks roll out. But I do believe this is the third receiving option for the Broncos, and that's not a big deal, but it's a deal though. It is a small deal. Seth Roberts, all this guy does is catch touchdowns. Like, every 5 catches is a touchdown for this guy, but he doesn't get the volume enough for me to rank him higher. And we have Ricardo Lewis on the Browns, because there's rumors that Britt may not be starting anymore for the Browns. And Bruce Ellington for the Texans, because they have, I guess he's the second wide receiver. Man, other than Hopkins, they have no receivers. Gosh, this is going to be one sloppy game. I think 3 out of 3 Texan tight ends are injured. This is going to be, and with Will Fuller out, this is going to be so bad, so sloppy. I can't wait to watch this game. For tight ends, it's tough to rank Hooper ahead of Charles Clay. And that's why I say, guys, watch the video, because Charles Clay is going to be the much more reliable guy. He's going to get targets on a consistent basis. Okay, so you could easily rank Charles Clay ahead of Hooper. And Hooper had 2 catches, and one was a huge play on a missed assignment, right? Bears defense just totally missed the assignment, and Hooper got free, scored a touchdown, like for whatever it was, like 80 yards or something, 90 yards, whatever it was. As I kind of predicted, I think they'll use the tight end a lot more this year later on. And you know, the tight end's a fluky position overall, right, guys? So just because Hooper got 2 catches doesn't mean that's all gonna happen. It's like almost unfortunate that he blew up. I think he was the best tight end week 1. It's unfortunate he blew up and did that, because now he's going to be on a lot of owners' radars. I kind of wish he had a sleeper game, because I would have still picked him up. I still like Hooper. And as you guys know, I talked to Taylor Gabriel himself about Hooper a lot. And after we did that interview, I did actually rank Hooper higher in my rankings. I think this guy's a legit low-end tight end 1. Julius Thomas, I don't have a lot of confidence in this guy, but I'm dying to see how he does his first game. With the Dolphins, with Adam Gase, with Cutler. I'm not gonna lie, I am super, super excited to see what he does. Can he fail? Yeah. Can he get hurt pretty soon? Yeah. I mean, that's expected. But can he do well as well with Gase and Cutler? Heck yeah. Man, I'm dying to see what this guy can do. Coby Fleener, he's more of a sell high candidate. So I heard that with Snead out, they would definitely have to use Coby Fleener in the pass game. And they did. And he caught a touchdown. And right now, he's one of the top tight ends as far as fantasy points goes. I think you can start him, and I think you can definitely sell high on him. If any tight end injuries were to occur, or people that started Hunter Henry and are crying right now, crying their eyes out, go ahead and trade Coby Fleener away. I know you got him for cheap. Jared Cook, he looked like the real deal, guys. I think this is going to work out, this marriage between Jared Cook and the Raiders. He looked pretty good. Zach Miller, it's more like he's on the Bears. They have no one else to throw to. He's the pass-catching tight end. Zach Miller. Evan Ingram, Jesse James, he's the guy that don't overreact to Jesse. Jesse James was actually tight end 1. Sorry, it wasn't Hooper. Don't overreact to Jesse James catching 2 touchdowns, guys. They just got Vance McDonald from a trade. Jesse James was never that good. He's only going to be like a bye week start. And I don't know. We'll see if Vance McDonald takes over as a starting pass-catching tight end. Maybe Jesse James is going to be the pass-catching tight end. We don't know. But don't buy into the hype too much. Let other people waste a waiver priority number 1 on Jesse James. People will do that. And we have George Kittle, the starting tight end for the Niners. Niners did horrible. My Niners did way worse than I thought they would. It wasn't that good. But George Kittle is a starting tight end there. He's catching passes. They traded away Vance McDonald, like I just said, so open the way for George Kittle to do some things. And super sleepers, Antonio Gates. He's going to catch that touchdown, break the record, guys. So you might want to pick him up if you're in a 20-man league and start him, because he'll catch a touchdown this year sometime. And then pass the torch to Hunter Henry. For defenses, I think I found a sleeper defense that people aren't going to notice as much. Like, people will notice, but not in a lot of leagues. Buccaneers defense this week. Now, I'm not saying the Buccaneers for long term, but this week, they're favored to win this game by 7 points. One of the lowest scoring games. It's 43 total points, so the over-under Vegas has at 43. This is a super sleeper defense. I probably will target them in a couple leagues. I don't know. I have the Steelers D, so I haven't decided yet. Would I drop the Steelers D? I don't want to keep 2 defenses, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. I'm so tempted to start the Buccaneers. Can they defend? If they can just defend Cohen and Howard, the 2 running backs, they'll be able to get a lot of points. And we have the Ravens D. Man, are the Ravens D back, man? Are they back? Because they played so good. They were the best defense week 1, and now they play the Browns. Wow. Ravens becomes a must pick up in every league. You have to pick up Ravens D for this week and long term. Like, you know what? I'm going to rank the Ravens D, rank them number 1. Forget this Buccaneers garbage here, all right? Ravens D, you have to pick up the Ravens D. I'm probably going to have to drop the Steelers D for the Ravens D. This is awesome, guys. I think the Ravens D might be back, and they're playing the Browns, and they're at home. Raiders D, nobody's owning them, and man, they need to this week when they face the Jets. Now we're getting a little bit more into deeper leagues. You probably already have a better defense than these options, but I wanted to put these on here as well. We have the Titans D going against the Jaguars. Jaguars won't put up a ton of points. The Lions going against the Giants. Now, I love the Lions if Odell Beckham doesn't play or if he's nowhere near 100%. I don't like the Lions if Odell Beckham does play. And he is expected to play. We have the Cowboys going against the Broncos. Maybe Trevor Siemian doesn't tear it up like he did week 1. And we have the Bengals going against the Texans. Like, obviously, you're starting the Texans this week if you have them. But if you don't, Bengals could be a sleeper D in that nasty game. Very, very nasty game. For kickers, do I know how to pronounce this guy's name? Janikowski's replacement. We have Giorgio Tavaccio. Man, this guy was lights out week 1, and I am a believer, man. I think he's going to be a really good kicker. I have to rank him number 1. They're playing the Jets. A great matchup. He's going to get a lot of extra points and a lot of field goal attempts. He's got the leg, judging from what I saw week 1, and he's got the accuracy. Nick Folk, I rank this guy very high, and I like him very much so for this week and moving forward. Absolutely love Nick Folk. I think this is a great sleeper kicker, guys. Blair Walsh of the Seattle Seahawks, great matchup against the Niners. A lot of extra points, a lot of field goals. I see that coming. He just has to make them. Phil Dawson, not big on the Cardinals kickers this year and last year, but they do have a good matchup going against the Colts. Again, lots of opportunities for Phil Dawson. I think he missed a kick last week, and he's very accurate. I don't see him missing kicks this week. Jinx. No, I don't want to jinx it. No jinxing on this YouTube channel, guys. Graham Gano. I'm a Graham Gano hater, but now I'm back on the Graham Gano train. Yeah. Chris Boswell, super risky. This guy could be the best kicker this week, but for some reason, the Steelers, like, he's really accurate. Like, he's really good. He's a great kicker, but the Steelers, man, have no idea what they're doing. Are they going to go for 2? Is the defense going to play well? Is Big Ben going to play well? Is Le'Veon Bell not going to suck and be a complete disappointment? We don't know. I'm just talking about week 2. All right, guys, don't get carried away. I'm just talking about week 2. Like, we don't know what the heck's going to happen. Are they going to finish in the red zone? Are they going to kick a field goal? Are they going to go for it? Like, this team is freaking crazy. And that's why I got Chris Boswell. Like, I like him, but he's got to be the most risky kicker you can get this week. I also have Kai Forbath. I dropped Yanwei Koo last week for Kai Forbath, and I needed those points, so if I didn't do that, I would have lost. Absolutely loved Kai Forbath last week going against the Saints. Don't like him as much this week, though. That was a great matchup. Not so much this week. Yanwei Koo, he did make the field goal that he was iced on, that they called the timeout on. So there is some hope for this guy. I think he'll do much better this week, because last week he did nothing. But it's not really his fault. I wouldn't say it was. And Cody Parkey on the Miami Dolphins. This is my last ranked kicker if you're in a 32-team league. If you guys have any fantasy football questions, leave a comment below and use hashtag AskTheBrain in your comments. Subscribe to the YouTube channel by hitting that couch icon. Like the video, download the Squad QL app, link below in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next video.